So Evan is dead.
Just
and
dead.
Megan is partially dead.
Yeah.
I'm like a zombie.
So before we went to bed, well, we have it all
Look, it's just like
1 foot
death.
out, just murdered. Halloween Horror Night murdered. So overall, amazing night. Had a great time. We've had some time to mentally digest the houses, and we talked about what we did least favorite to most favorite.
Are there any other like takeaways before we get there that you wanted to touch upon?
It was just a lot of fun. It was a lot of walking.
We made like 3 laps around almost.
Oh yeah, we did. I just really enjoyed it. Like, it was my first time going. Like, you can watch all the videos and know everything about it, but I feel like experiencing it is something totally different, and I really enjoyed myself. Like, we said it a bunch, like, we were just having so much fun, so I think final thoughts, this was a huge success, really, really fun night. So if you can make it down to Universal for Halloween Horror Nights this year, we definitely suggest you do so. Do you have any final thoughts?
Yeah. A couple things that I remembered that I wanted to talk about. Joyce was missing from Stranger Things.
Odd.
Where'd she go? Was like the person who was playing her just like not there, or
Was she not ran into it to begin with?
like was she just not in there at all? I don't know, but I found it weird. I was like, something was off. And there's definitely something else, but we're just so fried. We have decided we're not gonna go to Animal Kingdom in the morning. We've hit the pause button.
Because we have to hit up Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party tomorrow night. So we figured best option is to stay fresh legs for that.
Not so fresh, but try to recharge. So let me have Evan give you his rankings. So to recap real quick, we went to...
In order, we went to House of a Thousand Corpses. Then we went to Stranger Things. Followed by Us, Ghostbusters, and then we ended on Universal Monsters.
And I think that, and I wanted to add that I think we did a really good job of spacing things out in our timing. When we first got there, we saw that the wait times like shot up.
Yeah.
We had, we got there at like just about 6, maybe a little bit before, and the opening ceremony started right at 6. Even though online it said it started at 6:30, so definitely get there at least a half hour early, if not earlier, if you want to be sooner. And while we were waiting in, I don't know what that was. Is someone telling us to be quiet? Well, I'll talk a little lower. I forgot what I was saying now.
Ceremony's half hour before.
Oh, yeah. So, opening ceremonies were half hour before. When we were waiting in line for our tickets to be scanned, they already, like, the wait times were up really high.
Yeah.
So we decided to do House of a Thousand Corpses first. And then... and the wait was only 5 minutes.
Which wasn't bad at all, so it was really just a walk-on.
Yeah. And then we got lucky with the rest of them too. Like, as we were standing in line for Stranger Things, the wait time went down. Like, it started out at 70 minutes, 80 minutes?
80 minutes, and then by the time we went in, I think it was at 40?
40, 45.
Yeah, something like that.
So, anyway.
So as a disclaimer, I'm saying in no way are these houses bad. I had fun in all of the houses. Number 5 for me was House of a Thousand Corpses. I enjoyed it. It was scary as hell. But, like, I think I would do it again. But I don't think it would be one I would immediately rush to. Then number 4 for me was Stranger Things. As much as I wanted to put it higher, I don't think it needs to be. I think it's right where I think it wasn't as scary as I would like it to have been. And there was one room that was just a constant strobe that it was hard to kind of navigate my way around, and that was an iffy room. But the mind flayer at the end is totally worth the entire house, so it's a good house. Then I would say this was a difficult one between 2 and 3, between Ghostbusters and Us. I think I would put Us at number 3. I really enjoyed the house. I really enjoyed the movie. And I think the scares were great. The music was great. The end was the coolest part of the whole thing. I wanted to sprint out of the house. But overall, a fantastically fun house, especially if you've seen the movie, and I think that's why I like it as much as I do. Then Ghostbusters at number 2, for the reasons that it throws you into the movie. And I know we said it during the video when we were in the park, but all of the people that played the characters did a great job. They really fit their roles well, and the scenes were really well done. Number 1 was Universal Monsters. This one blew me away. The scenes were a blast, the scares were a lot of fun, and everything just felt really like coherent. And it wasn't something like, oh, it's an IP, so you know what to do. It felt original, and I really liked it. So that's my number 1.
Hey, so we are back home, and I realized that I never got to do my ranking for my favorite houses that I went through for Halloween Horror Nights, because someone was knocking on our wall, I think. Probably because it was too late, so they were trying to get us to be quiet, so, and our camera died. So that's why Evan was whispery, and this is why I'm here at our house. Back in action, back in the real world. So, my number 5 out of the ones that we did would probably be Stranger Things. Now, I love Stranger Things. And that's not a testament to the show or, I mean, necessarily the house itself. I loved it. I thought it was good. I don't think any of the houses we went through were bad, but it's just one of my least favorites because I feel like it was one of the longer lines we waited in, and there were just a few issues that I had with it. They focused a lot on the second season and not as much on the third. I feel like we barely saw Steve, barely saw Billy, or like just a whole lot going on in the third one. Like nothing in the like Russian lair or anything. I don't know, I just like, I feel like there was a lot left out. And the characters did not look at all like their counterparts in real life. So that was a little off-putting. You're like, wait, so like who's that person again? Who are you trying to be? So that was just a little annoying. But the end was great. The end room was fantastic. And I definitely, I mean, I wouldn't say I wouldn't do it again, but I wouldn't say that it's like top on my list. Also, they kind of like, it's annoying when you're waiting in line, like the door was open and the exit was right near the entrance. And so you could hear like the end music and it kind of was like, oh, well, this ruins my end experience before I ever even get in there. Spoiler alert, they played the Neverending Story music that Dustin sings, but they didn't even show anything. It was literally just music playing as you exited, so it was kind of like a letdown. I was like expecting like a scene, and it was nothing. So, where, but, you know, it was still good. Number 4, I think it would have to be Ghostbusters, because I have only seen the movie like once or twice. I think that the production value was amazing. It was really good, but I felt like there weren't as many scares, and it was kind of predictable, which is weird, but it was a lot of like the same, like the green gooey monster thing. I don't know its name, sorry. And not a lot of anything else. So I don't know, I felt like the scene with with what's her face was really good. Yeah, there were a couple moments that were like really well done and looked like legit, but then there were other parts that I was like, whatever. So, but I wouldn't say it was bad. Again, number 3 would be House of a Thousand Corpses. Now this one's kind of been like mixed reviews for people. It was the first one of the night, so I think that it was just like exciting and fun. But I got a lot of scares. Like I definitely screamed in someone's face. Like they popped out in front of me and I was like, ah! So sorry, you know, if you know, I like literally screamed in your face. But it was really good. And I think the characters like looked really good, like the people in the movies. The scenes were really well done. The music was great. I felt like, oh my god, when is this gonna end? I just wanted to get out of there. Plus I think that that movie, I've only seen it like maybe once or twice, but I've always had like this thing for thinking like it's one of the creepiest, like craziest horror movies I've seen, just like in my opinion, and it's like really messed up. So I thought that putting it into a house was just really cool. And I also loved the Hellbilly Deluxe Scare Zone. So that brings me to number 2, which was Us. Us was so fantastic. A lot of people were like, meh, not a good house, but I thought it was exactly like the movie. I felt like I was on the set. I was freaked out the whole time. Like the kid in the mask thing like totally messed with me. And like scared the crap out of me. The twins did. The whole end scene was just like, oh my god, get me the hell out of here. I just thought like it was really well done. It wasn't necessarily all jump scares the whole time, but it was just like, oh my god, like skin crawling, like let me get out of here. It was just like freaky. But yeah, I think that they did a really good job with that. And it looked just like the movie, so that was fantastic. And then number 1 is Universal Monsters. I was getting scared just looking at it from the outside. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it through this one. I don't know if I can do it. And I've done tons of like scary things throughout my life and haunted houses and love scary movies, but I was just like, nope, I don't know. I don't know if I can do this werewolf thing. I don't know if I can do, or Wolfman, sorry. Dracula, like, I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it. But once I got in there, like, so fantastic. It was nice to go from like scene to scene to scene with like different things for each of the monsters. Universal's stupid like for not making more movies about these things, like more modern stuff. I think you could do some really cool modern movies with all these Universal monsters. And it definitely gave me the most scares, and I think was just really like, the sets were great, the actors were awesome. The only one that was like kind of meh was the Hunchback of Notre Dame, which was kind of like a surprise to be in there. I think that it was well done, but I heard that there were supposed to be gargoyles and I didn't get scared by any of them, and Quasimodo was just kind of hanging there. So maybe I just like was not in a right, you know, spot to get those scares, but everything else was amazing. I loved the use of Phantom of the Opera. That was so cool. So yeah, that's it. I would definitely go back. I think that that was probably one of the highlights of the trip. We would have done more houses if we weren't just like literally dying from our feet hurting so much. So there you have it. Number 1 house, Universal Monsters. Takes forever to get back there, and bonus points for you having to go through the Barney area to get back there. I was like, what? Barney? Scary monster? It was just kind of like a funny little touch. But yeah, it was a long walk to get back there and get back into the park too, and you kind of ended up like far away from where you started, but still super cool. I loved the projections on the outside of the building too before even getting in there. That really like helped like amp you up. So yeah, check out Halloween Horror Nights. You won't regret it. It is a fantastic time.